Hi guys, we are back in my living room for Music Week number 3. We of course have lovely Rachel and awesome Jacob. And we are going to start with our hello song, but you might notice I have traded my ukulele for a piano. Okay, so we're going to do a hello song that I know I did with junior kindergarten and maybe even kindergarten, but it should be new for first graders this year. And it's okay to do things more than once because it's just fun. All right, so this is I'm in the mood for singing. Here we go. Here we go. I'm in the mood for singing. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for singing. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for singing, singing along today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that. All right, are you in the mood for singing? Now, Rachel, what are you in the mood for today?
Jumping.
Jumping. Can we do some jumping and sing the song? Let's sing I'm in the mood for jumping. Here we go. I'm in the mood for jumping. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for jumping. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for jumping, jumping along today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that. Whew, that's a lot of jumping. Take a little breath. What else could we be in the mood for today? Jacob, what are you in the mood for today? Tell everybody what you're in the mood for. Clapping, that's a nice easy one. Make sure you don't clap so loud that you can't hear the music though. Here we go. Here we go. I'm in the mood for clapping. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for clapping. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for clapping, clapping along today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that. Whew, all right. Hey, Rachel, do you have another idea for us?
Dancing.
Dancing. Could you do a little dancing? Here we go. I'm in the mood for dancing. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for dancing. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for dancing, dancing along today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that. Whew, all right. Take a little breath. That's a lot of dancing. Are you having fun? Let's do one more. Jacob, what are you in the mood for next?
Dabs.
Dabbing. Here we go. I'm in the mood for dabbing. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for dabbing. Hey, how about you? I'm in the mood for dabbing, dabbing along today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for that today. Hey, hey, what do you say? I'm in the mood for, you're in the mood for, we're in the mood for that. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the hello song. We're going to get ready for our story next. See you in a second. Hi. Okay, so before we start our story today, which is going to be Max Found 2 Sticks, I need you to go find something to use for our story today, kind of like last week with the egg shakers. In our story, this little boy, Max, finds 2 sticks around his house and he uses them to make some music. So we are going to be doing some of his patterns that he creates with our own sticks. But since we don't have a rhythm sticks, you need to go find something else. All right. You could maybe run outside if that's okay with your families. You may go outside, ask an adult first, and maybe find a couple of sticks. Make sure that they're kind of strong, not too big, just something you can hold in your hand, and not too dirty either, okay? Or if you can't go outside or you don't want to go outside, maybe you could go find a couple of wooden spoons in your kitchen, or maybe you have some lightsabers at home you could use. I don't know, but find something kind of small that you can hold in your hand and use for rhythm sticks, okay? And then when we come back, Jacob and Rachel will show you what they found, and we will do our book, Max Found 2 Sticks, okay? So go grab something. See you in a second. Here we go. Hi guys, did you go find some sticks? Maybe you went in your yard or found something in your kitchen you can use. So I got Rachel and Jacob with me again, and we're gonna show you what we found. So I actually managed to get a couple of sticks from the music classroom. I picked them up a few weeks ago when I was able to go. So here's how my sticks sound. Okay, Jake, show them what you got.
I actually dug up some sticks in the yard.
Very cool. They're kind of quieter. That's nice. And Rachel's going to show you what she's got.
We found some spoons in the kitchen and they sound like this.
Very cool. All right, so we're going to use our sticks like our character in this book. His name is Max, and he found 2 sticks, and we're going to do what he did, okay, in the video. Here we go. And of course, if you don't have any sticks, you just clap your hands or pat your lap with us. You don't really need to have the sticks. It just makes it a little more fun. Max Found 2 Sticks by Brian Pinkney. It was a day when Max didn't feel like talking to anyone. He just sat on his front steps and watched the clouds gather in the sky. Do you ever feel like that some days? You just want to be quiet, be alone. It's okay to feel like that sometimes. A strong breeze shook the tree in front of his house, and Max saw 2 heavy twigs fall to the ground. What are you going to do with those sticks? Max's grandpa asked as he washed the front windows. Not saying a word, Max tapped on his thighs. Can you get your sticks and tap on your thighs? That's the top of your lap. And Max tapped on his thighs like this. Pat, pat, tap. Pat, pat, tap. Pat, pat, tap. Pat, and stop. Good. Putter, putter, pat, tat. His rhythm imitated the sounds of the pigeons startled into flight. Okay, let's see. Let's make a sound for putter, putter, pat, tat. 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 When Max's mother came home carrying new hats for his twin sisters, she asked, "What are you doing with Grandpa's cleaning bucket, son?" Max responded by patting the bucket. Tap, 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 tap. Tippy, tippy, tat, tat. He created the rhythm of the light rain falling against the front windows. Tippy, tippy, tat, tat. Tippy, tippy, tat, tat. Tippy, tippy, tat, tat. Tippy, tippy, tat, tat. What's another way we could use our sticks without just tapping our lap? Jake, do you have an idea? How else could we use our sticks? We could go tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Rachel, do you have another way we could use our sticks?
Maybe.
We could tap our arm, but gently. Tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Tippy, tippy, tap, tap. Ooh, that's kind of fun. You can think of new ways to use your sticks at home too. All right, let's see what Max finds next. After a while, the clouds moved on and the sun appeared. Cindy, Sean, and Jamal showed up drinking sodas. Hey, Max, what you doing with those hat boxes? Again, Max didn't answer. He just played on the boxes. Dum, dum, dee, dum. Dum, dum, dee, dum. Can you try that one? Dum, dum, dee, dum. Dum, dum, dee, dum. Dum, dum, dee, dum. Let's try it backwards. Dum, dum, dee, dum. Dum, dum, dee, dum. One more. Dum, dum, dee, dum. Ooh, that's a fun one. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dum. Max drummed the beat of the tom-toms in the marching band. Think of your own way to do dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dum. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dum. Can you think of some ways? Ooh, Rachel's got a way. I think I have a way. Dee-dee. Oh, Jake, do you have a way? Ooh, he's going to scrape his. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dum. 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 Dee-dee-dee-dee-dum. Ooh, I'm going to do this. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dum-dum. 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 Lots of ways to make different sounds with your sticks. What are you up to with those soda bottles? His dad asked as he brought out the garbage cans on his way to work. Max answered on the bottles. Dong, ding, dong. 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 Ding, dong, ding. His music joined the chiming of the bells in the church around the corner. Can you make a really slow sound? Ding, dong, ding. Ding, dong, ding. Ding, dong, ding. Jake found a cool way to do it too. Soon, the twins came out to show off their new hats. Hey, Max, they asked, what are you doing with those garbage cans? Max hammered out a reply on the cans. Clink, clank, da, bang. 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 Good. Are you still finding your own ways to do it? You don't always have to just follow me.
Wait, can I say the
A cling clang da bang, a cling clang da bang. That's how Max pounded out the sound of the wheels thundering down the tracks under the train on which his father worked as a conductor. A cling clang da bang, 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 cling clang da bang.
I did it like this. Cling, clang, da, bang.
Ooh, are you coming up with some fancy patterns? Ooh, look at Jake's. Suddenly, Max heard thump, dee-dee, thump, thump, dee-dee, thump as a marching band rounded the corner. Max watched the drummers with amazement as they passed, copying their rhythms. The last drummer saw Max, then with a nod and a wink, he tossed Max his spare set of sticks. Thanks, called Max, and he didn't miss a beat. So he traded his regular old outside sticks for a pair of drumsticks. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. You can find this book on YouTube and you can play along at your own rate and try some different things. All right, guys. Well, we have one more little activity for you and we'll see you in just a minute. Okay, so for our last activity, we are going to kind of do what Max did. You know, in that book, he found regular everyday things to make some music with. And right now, we're not in the music room. We don't have all my fun, fancy instruments, so we kind of have to make do with what we have at home, and that's okay. That can be fun too. Just like last week, we found a way to make a shaker, and we shook to that silly chicken song. That was a fun one, wasn't it? And then Max just found 2 old regular sticks off of a tree, and he found a way to make music. So I thought we would play a little guessing game, and I just found some regular stuff in my house, stuff I had in my kitchen and in my living room, and I want to see if you can try to guess what I am using. So I'm going to make the sound, and I'm not going to let you see it right away. And then I want you to use your ears to see if you can guess what I'm using. Okay, here comes number 1. Oh, can you see it? I want to make sure you can't see it. Okay, here it comes. Try to listen. Can you tell that I'm shaking it? Can you see by the way I move my arm that I'm kind of shaking it a little bit? Listen again. Do you have a guess yet? You ready to see it? I filled a jar with water. That's all stuff we have at home, right? Listen to it. Did you know it was water? If you knew it was water, think about how you knew that. Well, it made a sound that you recognized, right? Kind of a splashing sound a little bit, right? It might have been tricky because when the water hits the lid of my jar, it makes kind of a weird like wah sound. Listen again. And that might be a sound you don't recognize, because how often do you fill a jar with water? So we have a sound that we know, the splashing, and by kind of creating something new, we made a new sound. Pretty cool, huh? That's what this is all about. I want you to be thinking of ways that you can maybe make some new sounds with regular stuff around your house. Okay, you ready for the next one? Okay, here it goes. It's another thing I'm shaking. Now, this could be a lot of different things. You might be thinking, like a box with crayons in it. Could be a crayon box. Does it sound like a crayon box? Is it a low sound or is it a high sound? It's kind of low. Low things are usually made by bigger, or low sounds are usually made by bigger things. It's a box of mixed nuts. Yeah. So because the box is so big, it makes a pretty low sound, even though the nuts are pretty small. Okay. All right, how about the third one? Let's see what else I got here. Ooh, this one's tricky. Oh, I'm making sure you don't see it. All right, here we go. Listen again. Do you recognize that sound? Is it a high sound or a low sound? Kind of high and low. Does it make a short sound or a long sound? It's kind of a bunch of short sounds together, isn't it? Well, you know what it is? I'm flipping the pages of a book. That's kind of a cool sound. We make that sound all the time when we read at home. But I never thought of it being like a music sound. Okay, what else have I got here? Oh, I got a bag here. I got a whole bag of stuff. We'll do a few more. What is this? Listen again. Use some clues. Is it a high sound? Is it a low sound? Do you think it's a big thing or a little thing? Is it making a long sound or a short sound? Listen again. Guess what I'm doing? I'm ripping paper. Listen again. Yeah, that's kind of a cool music effect. All right, let's see. Oh, I've got a good one. Everybody has these. Okay, here we go. What do you think that is? It's just a grocery bag. What would you call that sound? Maybe kind of crinkly, swishy, crumply. Lots of cool things you could call that sound. Okay. Ooh, this is a cool one. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm making a rhythm with these. Listen again. It's making kind of more than one sound. We have some of these as music instruments in our classroom, but I don't have that instrument at home. Guess what this is? Spoons. Did you guess? So if I place them in between my finger, like that, see how they're on either side of my finger, and I kind of hold them there, see how there's a little space? Then I can kind of hit it against my hand, and it'll make that sound. Very cool. What would you sound that, or what would you call that sound? Clicking? Clacking? I don't know. Could call that a lot of different things. Okay, let's do one more. Oh, I got one. I need two things for this. Two things. All right, here I go. Can you tell what I'm doing? How I'm making the sound? It's making lots of different sounds. Kind of low and high. There's low, high. Well, here's a hint. I'm using a spoon. I'm hitting something. It's a can of beans. I have a can of beans. I wonder why different parts of the can makes different sounds. Have you ever thought about that? What do you think? Why is this sound lower than this sound? I wonder why that happens. Maybe you can make a guess and you can have your parents tell me. All right, so we did this activity to get you thinking about how can I use things in my house to make cool sounds. But now I have a challenge for you. I'm going to give you a little preview into next week's video. We are going to be reading this book, Going on a Bear Hunt, next week. And you might know this book. In fact, we probably read it in class already, but we probably did it with some motions. But I want you to find, looks like 5 things in your house that can make these sounds. The first one is swishy swashy. What could you find in your house to make the sound swishy swashy, swishy swashy, swishy swashy, swish? What could you use? Okay, the next one is splish, splash, splosh. Splish, splash, splosh. The next one is the mud, and their sound was squelch, squirch, squelch, squirch. Can you find something in your house or maybe outside that makes that sound? But don't bring in mud. Don't bring real mud into your house. How about this one? Stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. And the last one, tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. What could we use to make a little tiny soft sound like tiptoe? Well, I showed you lots of things. Maybe some of those would work for our book. Maybe you have some different things. So here's how I would like for you to help me for next week's video. Have your parents or your family members, whoever you live with that takes care of you, have them help you email me your ideas. And they can either just write it out quickly, or they can take a video of you making the sounds and show me the video. Or you could take a picture of the things you found and tell me how you want me to use them in the book. And then I will pick my favorite ones, the ones that I think work the best. And I will use your ideas in the book next week. Sound cool? All right, well, that's all we have for music today. I hope you have fun kind of looking through your house. Make sure that whatever you're using is something that your parents and your family members would be okay with. Don't go start digging through your silverware drawers, because we know there are things in there that aren't always safe to use. So make sure you have some adult help finding things so that nothing gets broken or you don't get hurt on anything. All right? Okay, well, have fun. See you next week. Bye.